They fixed whatever the problem was, but
They did.
they didn't. So Morty's coming back on Friday from Rocks. Oh no, I
Here, told everyone. We all know that in the interpretations of possible in Torah Shabbat, in the written Torah, so there's the acronym called Pardes, which stands for Pshat, Remez, Drush, and Sod. So Pshat, we know what the words say. And that's the simple message. And Eina Mikra Yotze Mirei Pshuto. The Torah means what it says. However, the Torah is so multifaceted and contains such exalted ideas that it is possible to read into those words that are written different interpretations and a different viewpoint completely. So that's remez, but it's especially drash. And drash is to pshat what pilpul is to halacha. It allows us a flexibility in how we look at the words. And it allows us to come to a true understanding, even though that may not be the initial way that we would look at the words in the Torah. So we have an example I want to share with you. I think I've done it years before. I think I've done everything years before. Of classic drush that was common amongst the rabbinic scholars of Eastern and Central Europe in the past centuries. Today, it's not popular anymore. The world today resorts to stories to illustrate ideas. So in the Torah, it says, in this week's Parsha, that the Rabboni Shalom, so to speak, gave a preamble to Klal Yisrael before he gave him the Torah. And he said what the purpose is for the Torah. V'yisem li zgula mikol ha'amim ki li kol ha'aretz. You will be unto me zgula mikol ha'amim. You're special people. Ki li kol ha'aretz, because I can do what I want. So I chose you. Then the Torah continues, V'atem tiyu li mamleches kohanim v'goy kadosh. And you will be a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. So there's a piece of drush of the Ksav Sofer, Sam Sofer's son, the Rav in Pressburg, a classic piece of drush. So he says, if you look at the pasuk is tangled. It doesn't flow. It should say, "Vatem tiyu li skula mikol ha'amim, mamlechas kohanim v'goy kadosh." Why does he interrupt in the middle? Ki li kol ha'aretz. Secondly, he says, the end of the Parsha, the Rosh Hashanah says, Eile advorim asher tedaber b'nei Yisrael. This is what you should tell the Jewish people. So Rashi says, Lo pochos v'lo yoser. Don't say more, don't say less, say exactly what I tell you. So that's also strange, because Moshe always says only what he was told. Shechina medaberes mitov grono. So what is here? Lo pochos v'lo yoser, Rashi wants. So the Ksav Sofer says as follows. The Ribono Shel Olam here outlined in these verses the purpose of Torah and the role of the Jewish people in the world. We say in davening on Yom Tov, Ata b'chartonu mikol ha'amim, v'ahavta osonu, atziso bono, v'amtonu mikol ha'moshon, ke'ahavtonu l'shimcho ha'godol. We're a special people. You chose us. So the Ribono Shel Olam says, you will be a special nation. You will have a different history than all other nations. The world will have a different attitude towards you than all other peoples. You're a Zgula Mikol Ha'amim. And that's not your choice. You will try and escape from being a Zgula Mikol Ha'amim. But it will always bring you back. Hili kol haaretz, because the world is mine. It's my decree. I have set in motion that you should be a special people. So there can be, 10 million refugees displaced from Ukraine. The world is not nervous about it. No one is taking Russia to the International Court of Justice. But you're the Zgula Mikol Ha'amim. The world's attitude towards you is different. And you can't do anything about that. Hili kol haaretz. It's, so to speak, faded from heaven. Chazal say, Lama nikra shmo Sinai, mipnei sheyor lo sina la'olam. Why is it called Sinai, Sina? Because hatred came down with it. The hatred is unreasoning, irrational, counterproductive, whatever, but it's there. And we see in front of our eyes, and we hear it with our ears. So we're the Zgula Mikol Ha'amim. That's not up to us. But v'atem, I do give you a choice. If you want to do something, then tiyuli mamlechas kohanim v'goy kadosh. You can transform yourself into a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. You can exhibit a type of behavior that no one else exhibits. That's your choice. You want to be a mamlechas kohanim and goy kadosh? That's up to you. Zgula Mikol Ha'amim is not up to you. But mamlechas kohanim and goy kadosh, that is up to you. And that's the striving that every Jewish generation has to try and be better people, more loyal, servants of the Ribono Shel Olam, protectors of Torah. That's every generation's charge, so to speak. This is what you tell the Jewish people, lo pochos v'lo yoser. You will never be less than Zgula Mikol Ha'amim. No matter what you do, you're going to remain Zgula Mikol Ha'amim. Oh, Yoser, you can never be greater than being a Mamlechet Kohanim and a Goy Kadosh. To be the kingdom of priests and the holy nation. That's the choice that the Rabboni Shalom gave us at Sinai. So all of Jewish history represents this idea of the special history that we have with all of its ups and downs, and many times many more downs than ups. But also the challenge of Mamlechet Kohanim, the Goy Kadosh, be a special nation, special people of our own choosing, to infuse holiness into our lives, to see ourselves as priests in the temple, serving man and serving the Rabboni. That's the challenge. So that's what Moshe said. Tell that to the Jewish people. This is the preamble to Torah. You accept the Torah, these are the conditions. So that's a classic piece of Jewish from the Ksav Sofer. And again, when you look at the words originally, you may not see it, but the idea is certainly there, and the greatness is to be able to see it in the words themselves. Rabbi Hanania ben Akashi Omer Ratzah HaKadosh Baruch Hu V'zakos es Yisrael lefichach hiver lahem Torah and mitzvos Shnei mar Adonai chavetz man sitko yachil karoli yadi.